Welcome back to Cooking by Ear with Jim and Dennis.
We're going to be doing something tonight which is in some ways a lot more assembly or assemblage than cooking. I don't mean that as an apology, but just as a recognition that what we're doing tonight is something that I grew up with, once again, thanks to the Hughes family. Mrs. Hughes used to make pickled eggs, and we would go down there. And after that, we go into Los Angeles and go to Philippe's, where we've been many times. They have the wonderful French dip. For a vegetarian, this is limiting, but they have the best pickled eggs. And so
we're going to go for pickled eggs. And you know what? Because we're just, like Jim said, it's assembly. We're not even going to hard boil our own eggs.
Isn't that pathetic?
No, it's wonderful. By the way, enjoy the sound of the birds and the babbling brook sound of the cat's water fountain. If you're like, what is that?
Yeah, what is that? So we have the beet pickled eggs. We're going to be adding beets to this to give it color. And it's very, very simple. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to place the beets and the eggs in a 24-ounce mason jar. Now this is not 24 ounces and it's not a mason jar.
No.
It's an old pretzel bottle.
But it's got a metal lid with
so
something on it.
And if the metal lid pops up, we'll know that there might be botulism or salmonella or something like that.
I think this little sticker says nice flour. Could say something else. I don't know. Maybe it's nice flour. Maybe it's en français.
Anyway, so if you want to
show them the egg.
Yeah, if you want to do this at home, we're using the Eggland's Best cage-free, hard-cooked peeled eggs. On the Eggland's advertisement on the television, they always say that you want fresh eggs now more than ever, and I don't know why. I mean, what is there a time when we didn't want them, or why is it more pressing now?
Life is harder now?
Or,
I don't know.
Given the political situation, which we're not going to talk about.
We also have our family brand fancy sliced beets. Look at that. Which we haven't opened yet. And so we're going to put the eggs and the beets in this thing. Ugh, it just got heavier. And then we're going to boil some things over at the stove. So we'll check in with you in just a second at the stove.
You know what? We're going to make 12 eggs.
We're going to go for 12?
Yeah.
We're crazy.
Now more than ever.
Now, here at Cooking by Ear with Jim
and Dennis,
we are not just all about the cooking. Why? We have other lives. We are entertainers. Isn't that right? Is that fair to say?
Yeah, but I think we should ask the entertained and see if they agree. But
I
would say with him, yeah.
Jim is also. So listen, here's some projects. Here's some projects we're into. I recently started singing with a Jimmy Buffett band, and I'm either going to include a link right now on the website or a little video clip.
Searching for my lost shaker of song. Cheeseburger in paradise. Come on. Oh, Mexico. Sounds so simple, I just got to go. If we could allow, we would all go
And Jim and I are also part of the Theater of Public Policy, it's Danger Boat Productions' new summer series called
Sketches of Minnesota. So we're going to be touring the state, visiting usually small towns, although we're going to be going to Duluth and to St. Cloud, and interviewing audience members, asking them what they like about their towns, what they find challenging, what they want people to know, because there's such a misunderstanding often between the urban and the rural environments, or the metro and the outstate environments in Minnesota. And then, once we've done that, we will be creating half-hour, completely improvised shows with music by Dennis Curley. And then at the end of the summer, after all 7 or 8 of these shows have happened, the wonderful Heather Meyer is going to write a script based on some of the things that she saw in our improvised shows, and then she's going to write a script with a play, and I think we're going to be performing in it.
I'm sure we're going to be performing it. We just don't know where or when.
Yeah, we don't.
Oh, thank you. I just want to lie down. I moved to Winona and everybody said you have to choose to stay inside. And I've been so busy. There's so much to do. And I just want to stop for 1 second.
I've seen this before. It's 2-week fatigue. Their first 2 weeks here. The canoeing, the ice climbing, the ice canoeing down the roof.
Craig, be quiet. They have the best eavesdropping of any place in coffee shops.
If you just listen right now, you can hear.
Yeah, listen up.
That's what I told him. The donkey has to go. Yeah. You know, the other day I saw the mayor and he wasn't on a mountain bike. You know, I've heard that trains aren't running on time. What? But that the barges are!
I have been in this roundabout for over 3 years. How do I get out of this? How do I move?
What's next, Jim?
Well, we have put the eggs and the beets together, and you know, I like eggs. I'm not a beet fan. I did this for the color. So and beets they're so subtle, but they're insinuating and invasive simultaneously. But this has happened. Why don't you say what you're doing?
And in the UK, they call it beetroot, which tells you something. All right, so what we've done here in a saucepan is we've put a cup of water, a cup of apple cider vinegar, a cup of sugar, cane sugar, a couple of teaspoons of kosher salt. And now here's where we're going off recipe. Jim picked up this McCormick pickling spice. And we just thought, well, let's add it in. So we threw it in there. We are supposed to bring it to a boil, stirring to dissolve the sugar and salt. Then when it's done, we pour it over the beets and the eggs, we allow it to cool, and then we seal it up and refrigerate it for at least 24 hours.
Interestingly enough, in this pickling spice, there's a lot of cinnamon, and you know, eggs and cinnamon, no. However, if you look at recipes where you actually make your own pickling spice, which we would have done, but for...
Would we have?
I don't, well, we didn't.
We didn't.
Yeah, can't go back in time.
No.
A lot of these recipes called for just cinnamon. And then they would say you put cinnamon in your deviled eggs. Maybe everyone knows this. Maybe I've been eating cinnamon in my deviled eggs my entire life and I didn't know it, but I find it just fascinating and mind-blowing. Nothing is the same.
So we're gonna boil some stuff now.
Very good.
So Jim, what have we done?
Well, we have poured the brining mixture into the old pretzel jar that already had the beets and the hard-boiled eggs in it.
It looks like Philippe's. I mean, different shaped jars, but looks pretty cool.
Smells good. It smells
Yeah.
sort of like a spicy holiday concoction. So we're going to let this cool down, and then once it's cool, we will seal it, and we're going to put it in the refrigerator for 48 hours or more.
Or less. This recipe only said 24. We don't know. We're gonna do a thing.
Anyway, who knows what will happen between now and then, but we're glad that we had this moment with you.
Thank you for sharing this moment with us.
It makes a big difference.
We'll see you soon when we taste.
Well, not that soon.
Well, aren't we just gonna cut the video now and then, or is this the end of the video? Do you think?
No, I think, well, yeah, I mean, for you,
For them, it will be almost instantaneous.
time will be collapsed.
Crazy.
Well, all right.
Here we are, out
Yeah,
of doors.
Out of doors. Probably 45 hours have passed since we put the
Yeah, that's about right.
the eggs in the brine. You can hear the siren happening. That is to alert you to the fact that we've asked several people to be our taste testers with our pickled eggs, and they've all declined, saying that they don't like pickled eggs. Which again, that would have brought bias into our highly scientific approach to testing the robust nature, the success.
I think
these
they're
eggs.
nuts. I'm excited.
So, do you want to go first?
Sure. So,
Okay.
so we've got a little ladle here, and
You're
I'll
gonna try
just
not to
fish.
get the beet juice everywhere.
Yeah. Here's one. Okay, and how many did we make?
12.
Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. There's
Right.
2.
So Dennis is gonna go first. He has the option to put salt on if you'd like.
Sure. I mean, let's give it a shot. You want me to just put it on both? I'll just put them on both.
why not?
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Wow. They don't tell you when you film outside that there might be sirens. I don't know. It's okay. So again, these are hard-boiled eggs that were pickled for 40 something hours in beets and a mixture of water, sugar, pickling spices, and
Salt
vinegar.
and vinegar.
All right. So here we go.
Try not to.
Yeah. It's delicious. Can you see? Look at that. It's a purple egg. But it's actually quite good. It's got a vinegary kick to it, but it's not terrible. I'm sorry about the fire truck. I thought this would be a great
Don't
idea.
worry. Don't worry.
I think all in all, a success. Philippe would be jealous.
So you give it a successful rating.
I give it a thumbs up.
All right.
Yes.
I-
Definitely pass on the pass-fail scale.
Good. I'm gonna give it a try. I've had many pickled eggs in my life, and so we'll see if this approximates what I've tasted before, if it changes that, or if it is not as good. First of all, there's some weird kind of skin.
Oh,
happening
well,
here.
you know, eggs.
Yeah.
Eggs have a weird little skin. What can you say?
All right. Here we go.
As the siren fades in the distance, what do your taste buds tell you?
It's more. You can taste the vinegar more than I remember.
Okay.
I remember. I had some just recently. But I don't mind it. I like the
No,
vinegar.
I don't mind it either.
Let's see.
It's sort of like an internally dyed Easter egg, right? Because
Yeah.
it's purple on the inside, which is weird, right?
I like it. We used apple cider vinegar.
Oh, yeah. The sugar was supposed to cut down the acidity of the vinegar.
Yeah.
Maybe it needs a little more sugar. I thought it was fine.
I thought it was actually a little bit more sweet than I would like.
Oh, wow. Weird. Taste is a thing.
I would have another one though, and I might right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching. This has been great. Welcome to the backyard, and maybe you'll see more of it in the future. I don't know how much you can see right now, but look, pretty flowers and stuff.
Yeah, and if you travel to the Midwest in the next 6 months, these will probably still be good by the time you get here. So-
Definitely.
Oh, there's a mosquito in my ear.
Uh-oh.
All right.